there are 3 different hurricanes happening right now. Okay, that, like, I had no idea that was even possible. I had no idea that was a thing. We have wildfires burning in California and Oregon. We have intense, insane flooding in Houston, as everybody knows, as a result of Hurricane Harvey, which just happened. We have Hurricane Irma, which has just absolutely obliterated some Caribbean islands. I mean, there's one island, small island called Barbuda, which I had never heard of until the other day, but it's got about 1,000 people on it. Apparently, 90% of the people on Barbuda are now homeless because Category 5 storm Irma swept through there, wiped out absolutely everything in sight. So apparently a Category 5 hurricane is classified as 157 miles per hour or above winds. You have Irma with 185 mile per hour winds. There was some talk about, hey, I think it might be time for a new category, a Category 6 hurricane. This is literally the strongest hurricane that the Atlantic has seen ever. Ever. So, wiped out some Caribbean islands. There were videos coming out of St. Martin, just insane. It showed the sheer fury of this hurricane. Now, I think it's hitting Puerto Rico as we speak. It's on path to go right at Miami. And if this thing fucking hits Miami, forget about it. I mean, the devastation will be immense. Now, thankfully, they've already done a disaster declaration, and there's mandatory evacuations happening in certain places, but I mean, this is something we've never seen before. Apparently, this hurricane, the winds of this hurricane, it's equivalent to if there was an F4 tornado sitting in the same place for hours. That's how strong the winds are. And they said it's also unprecedented because it maintained 185 mile per hour winds for over 24 hours. And experts were looking at it like, we didn't know that was a thing. It's just getting stronger. Usually when a hurricane hits, any portion of land, as it did, it would, start to dissipate. And it would start going in the other direction. It would cool off, if you will, and the winds would go down. This thing is only getting stronger. So, wow, are we in a crazy situation. But 3 hurricanes happening right now. There's Hurricane Irma, Category 5 storm, which is really like Category 6 storm, even though Category 6 isn't a thing. You have Jose, which is forming further out towards West Africa. And then you also have, what's the other one? Katia, something like that. That's happening in the Gulf of Mexico. So think about all the things that are happening. Think about how it appears like the climate is changing. I made that point yesterday. Some people on Twitter were like, I usually agree with you, but you've gone too far. What? They say, well, there's no direct evidence that this is a direct result of climate change. Yes, everybody knows that. Anybody who's read on these issues understands you can't take any one weather event and draw a direct link to climate change. However, what you can do is look at the trends. When you look at any given weather event, weather is what it's like on any given day. Climate is the cumulative trends of the weather. And when you look at the trends, the climate is changing. There's also the reality that the warmer temperatures in the ocean means you have stronger hurricanes. Again, that's not me speaking. That's what various scientists have said on this. You get stronger storms as a result of climate change. You also get increased wildfires, increased just natural disasters. There are more natural disasters as a result of climate change, and we are seeing that happen. I mean, this is, I certainly can't remember a situation like this where you had this many hurricanes at the same time, and with the strength that we're dealing with one like Irma. Again, they said it's the strongest hurricane the Atlantic has ever seen. So, wow. I mean, there's already been people who've been killed by this thing, and people who are in the path. To quote my friend Mystical, move, bitch, get out the way, because this thing ain't letting up. If you're on the Florida coast, fuck. If you're on the Georgia coast, if you're anywhere in that area, because they don't know exactly how it's going to turn and stuff and as it progresses here, but I would just get the fuck away from the coasts, because this thing is no joke.